eliminated in the corner in the wrestlebacks, so we really lost 3 in a row. So Zadick, I knew I wanted to find out if it was going to affect him, and so I just said, Billy, how you feel? He says, I feel great, and I'm ready. I says, don't let this affect you. He said, it will not affect me.
Here are the heavyweights. Justin Hardy from North Carolina, the 5th seed. Jeff Walter, the 6th seed from Wisconsin.
Dan, big news came out of Iowa, the university, when it was rumored and that you might be retiring next year. Can you talk a little bit about that subject with us?
Well, I'm hoping I don't have to retire, but I'm thinking about possibly changing positions or not becoming the get out of the coaching area for the university. If there's another position that's maybe a part-time or something like that, that's what I'd be interested in. It's just that I've been coaching a long time, but more than that, I wrestled for a long time. And I don't mean just competitively, but just active as an athlete. And there's some experiences that I need to experience before I get too crippled up from the old wrestling injuries.
Is that family, Dan?
That would be I'm lucky enough. The only way I've been able to be successful at my profession is because the family's really involved. They're here, they're always where I'm at. But at the same time, there's been a lot of things that I have missed and that I hope that I can not really make up for, but just experience them.
Well, Dan, you did it as an athlete in high school, college, and internationally, world and Olympic champion. You did it as a coach. Certainly the most dominant program in the last 20 years. You're steering the right course. You're going to have Williams back next year, centerpiece, Lincoln McElravy returning. How do the Hawkeyes stack up for you next year?
We're hoping to have, the best situation of all time, and every year we look for that. Every year we look for the improvements.
Well, Dan, we're going to wish you the very best of luck. Congratulations on another victory, and we'll be looking for you next year with your team.
Appreciate that. Looks like it's getting a little rough here.
Yeah.
It's the heavyweights.
Double penalty point there for a brawl, just about.
And they got a little bit physical. Justin Hardy really wants to get physical with his opponents, and he chopped Walter on the head. Walter returned the favor. And those are nothing but open-handed cuffs. Neither wrestler looking at the other, sneering. It's sort of a, hey, I am not going to back down type of attitude. And that one there by Hardy was still somewhat of an open cuff, but none of those are for striking reasons. They're trying to pull on the heads.
Hardy, the attempt there at the takedown. He knocked off the number 1 seed, Tolly Thompson. That was a major upset. Either that or Malika falling are the 2 biggest upsets that we've seen in this tournament.
Well, Mike Mena, too, there at 118 pounds. But you're right, for Justin Hardy to come out and take apart Tolly Thompson like he did in the end. And really, it seemed as though they got really physical, somewhat similar to what you're seeing here. And Tolly Thompson got hurt. Got a cut, and it just seemed to change him. He lost his concentration, and Hardy took him down, and those turned out to be the winning points.
Hardy also took down the number 4 seed, Nick Hall. Billy Pierce, the hometown hero from Minneapolis, was a loser to Walter. That's the number 2 seed. He also knocked off the number 3 seed, Tony Vaughn. So both Walter and Hardy are surprises to be here at 5 and at 6. Both very bright, all academic, both of them. In fact, Walter has a 3.75 GPA, and we are tied at 1-1. That's the end of the first. We're back with the second in just a moment.
A great award with 9 other great finalists to contend against. Again, I'd like to thank you folks for sharing this evening with me, and it's unbelievable. Thank you very much. It's fantastic to be here.
Tom Gartner has had a major impact on not just wrestling, but again, the entire sports world.
Oh, without a doubt. I remember when Bruce first tried out for an Olympic team in 1980. He didn't make it. And I remember when he beat his first Soviet, Andiev, in Atlantic City. And he actually turned to me and looked at me and says, did I really deserve to win that? And I'm looking at him going, what do you mean? You deserve everything you can get. And from that moment on, 12 years now to the day, he has not lost to an American wrestler. He has won 12 world and Olympic medals, including gold medals in 84 and 92, and most recently the 95 World Championships, which will be setting him up as the favorite in Atlanta. But he has to make the team first. People forget there's a process to making the team. Everyone has to go through it, and that's what's on Bruce's mind right now. But without a doubt, Baumgartner deserved to be recognized. He has been doing this for a long time, a six-time finalist. Yep. It's about time he get.
Sixth was a charm.
It's about time he got what he deserved.
You say he hasn't lost an American, so you assume he'll make the team. If he does, can he win the gold in Atlanta?
Oh, without a doubt he can win the gold in Atlanta. Bruce needs to be healthy, and he needs to be on. He can't be overtrained. He's 36 years old. Obviously, you know, age does have its disadvantages. Boy, that was a headbutt.
You, by the way, going to help train him?
My body no longer is able to compete hard with Bruce Baumgartner, but anytime he likes to work out, he's a very good friend, and I would love to do it.
That's another penalty point that ties this thing at 2-all.
And Baumgartner wins with technique, and here Hardy drives the top of his head into Walter's face, an obvious headbutt. He's penalized for that. The score is now 2-2.
These two can only hope to follow in the footsteps of the great Baumgartner.
Well, Hardy actually trained with him at his camp this past summer.
We see time ticking down in the second period, and again, it's 2-2.
Here we go, guys.
2 penalty points assessed against Hardy and 1 against Walter.
No takedown yet. Hardy doing his best to try and counter the shot of Walter. Walter here is going to peel the legs apart, turn the face.
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Whoa!
Stalemate.
Here we go, guys.
A couple of big guys wrapped up. Neither could improve. They start over on the feet. Just 11 seconds now.
Hardy 34-2, Walter 34-9. They are 1-1 against each other. Hardy beat him as a freshman, but he lost to him this year.
Break.
And that'll do the second period as close as you can get. Tied 2-2. Hardy looks like a heavyweight. He looks like a wrestling heavyweight, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. That headbutt and the penalty point assessed with that could come back to haunt Justin Hardy, because if Walter escapes here, he's in the lead. And if everything stays even, he can win.
Warning, green.
And a warning against Justin Hardy. He did not bring Walter down to the mat. Instead, he tried to push him out of bounds. You have to wrestle. You have to work actively for a pin. And if you're just trying to ride and hang on, it's going to cost you. So he's been warned for stalling. That, again, is a negative for Hardy. Let's see how he responds.
I know you've talked about just letting go, taking the penalty point, and then trying to do the takedown.
Well, it's much easier to let go and try to work for the takedown than all of a sudden be warned for stalling and be forced into the situation with another point against you.
Still 2-2, a minute 46 to go in regulation in the third period here.
And Hardy is going to continue to ride him here. See what happens.
Got away. There's the lead for the Wisconsin Badgers.
And now it seems as though Jeff Walter now can be a little bit more choosy in when to become aggressive, when to go after Hardy and try to take him down. He could actually let Hardy come at him and wait for him to be a little over aggressive and take advantage of all that extra energy and momentum.
Center, guys. Here we go.
Hardy finished 8th the last 2 years.
Set.
Walter was 4th. He's a 2-time All-American.
Both of these guys are on the academic All-American team.
Yeah.
Some smart heavyweights.
Hardy's a double major psych and communications.
Hardy's head is continually down as well. His forehead is always in the chin or the chest of Walter.
Here we go, Matt. Center.
Bill Lamb, University of North Carolina. One of his assistants, 3-time national champion, T.J. Jaworski.
You gotta go now, Justin!
Lamb hoping to have another national champion this year. And Hardy pretty much has his back against the wall. He's going to have to open up here.
Got to take a chance, don't you?
So it is time to set him up, but if it gets below 20 seconds, it's do or die. He's in a desperation mode. And we are closing in on that mark very quickly here.
Tried to get the one leg, could not.
20 seconds. All Walter has to do is just hold this underhook, and that's going to keep Hardy from being able to do anything. And there Hardy again with the head down, coming into Walter, and Walter moving into Hardy to close the distance. 9 seconds. Can Walter hang on?
The fifth-year senior from Wisconsin wins it. And as close as you can get, 3-2. Jeff Walter, the heavyweight champion of '96. All of his matches, Jeff, close. 5-2, 3-0, 2-1, 3-1, and the championship match 3-2.
He stayed within himself. He didn't get overextended, didn't become too aggressive. He knew what he could do. He stuck to his game plan. He went out there, stayed disciplined. He walks away with a national championship.